What's up YouTube? It's your girl Jay and welcome back to another video. As you guys can read by the title, I'm here to give you guys some feedback regarding my last video. And I know I did promise in my video that I'm gonna go to the doctor, or I have to go to the doctor, and after I'm going to the doctor I'll give you guys feedback in the first week of February. So unfortunately it came to the point where I saw my doctor February 1st, and then she had results for me, but it wasn't all my results, and she wanted to do some more tests. So she actually did that, and I get back all my results. I just checked my phone, and today is Saturday, February 13th. I just checked my phone and I got my last results. And when I got those results back, I realized that now that I have all the results, I can actually give you guys some feedback on what's been happening. The reason why I'm putting this out there is to motivate everybody that's been struggling with this, that's been fighting this issue, to get to the doctor and figure out what is wrong. What's wrong? So I went to the doctor February 1st, and they ran a bunch of tests. I had to do some blood work because, as I said in my previous video, the bleeding haven't stopped. I've been having my period since December 9th, and we already passed February 9th, which marks 2 months. So I've been constantly bleeding for 2 months. And it's painful, it's crampy, it's annoying, it's stressful, and it put a lot of stress on me, but it also put a lot of stress on my husband because we both very concerned about what's happening. So the doctor tested me for trying to see if this whole PCOS thing is still there, because as I said, the doctors back home, I'm originally from South Africa, the doctors back home diagnosed me with PCOS before I relocate or made the change of scenery by coming to the US. So me coming here, I didn't really pay any attention to that until I started getting an irregular period, which was not normal at all. And that's I started to freak out, to be honest. So my doctor did an ultrasound, an internal ultrasound, and also external, to figure out what's the matter. They did a pap smear and they ran some blood tests. That's what they did on February 1st. My ultrasound came back. The cyst that was on my ovaries is all gone, which means my ovaries is clear. There is nothing on there. It's sparkling clean. Number two, the symptoms that I had of gaining weight and not shedding any weight is still there. But one of the other symptoms that I had was having an absolute abnormal sleep routine starting to get better. So I've been sleeping better, but I also think it's because my body's just exhausted. That's why I'm sleeping better. So, but the weight gain is still there. And then they ran some blood tests, which all my blood tests came back negative, which I was so happy about. So those were the stuff she did in February 1st. Then she rescheduled me for February 9th. So I went back on February 9th to get these test results. So I went back on February 9th, got those test results. All my blood work came back negative. The ultrasound was good. The pap smear came back negative. So everything was good. I was in good shape, right? So now we're still trying to figure out where does all this bleeding came from. So I went back on February 9th. I saw my doctor, and not my doctor, my gynecologist, and she said that she have to do I believe that it's called an endometrial biopsy. So we did the biopsy, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was painful. was crampy. But she did warn me before we did the biopsy that morning that it's going to be crampy, it's going to be painful, because it's a lot. It's a lot. If you guys have some time, go search it, go look it up, what an endometrial biopsy really is, right? And what the purpose of it is. So on February 9th, she did the endometrial biopsy, and she did blood work again because she wanted to test my hormones, right? To make sure that my hormones is good. So we did all that, and that is the test results that I just got back. It came back that so I have the doctors that I'm seeing, I have an online portal, so I can log into my portal and check and keep track of all my test results or my visits, upcoming visits, like visits that I already have, and all that. So I went on the app, and there was 14 blood results that came back. And the 15th one was the endometrial biopsy that came back, right? So all those blood tests, I'm not gonna name all of them, but for those of you guys who know, that they test your estrogen, progesterone. There's a bunch of them. They test all those, right? So they did test all those, and all my test results came back. I am healthier than what I thought I am. All my test results came back, all negative. They have on the portal, they gave you, okay, this result needs to be between 110 and 125, and all my results came back right in that bracket, right? So that was good news for me. My stress was the endometrial biopsy that they did. First of all, because it was my first time that I did it, and I did not know what it is until my doctor explained to me what it is. But I still have to go deeper into it to make sure that I fully understood what she really said, right? But if you guys have a chance, it's called an endometrial biopsy. Go look it up and figure out what it really is, right? So that results also came back negative, which I am so thankful for. But you guys, we still have a problem. We still cannot figure out where the bleeding is coming from. So right now, my doctor put me on a birth control, which my body and birth control, ever since day one, my doctor back home in South Africa put me on birth control, and that thing made me feel sick to my stomach. I was sick. And I used it for the first 3 days, and I stopped it. And my mom told me that, yeah, like, you know what, like, this is not for me to decide, it's for you to decide. So if you feel like you don't want to use it, don't use it, right? And I feel like that was the best thing that my mom could do, to respect the fact that I do not want to use it, right? So I went to, as you guys know, on January 15th, I went to the urgent care because I got so sick, because I lost a ton of blood because I was bleeding so much. And the doctors over there ran some tests. They ran some like blood tests. I went to pathology to get some tests done. And they also did an ultrasound. Everything came back negative. And they put me on a birth control, which is called P.C.O.S. I looked it up while I was in the urgent care. And that birth control has so many side effects that I just was not agreed to. So I did not. My husband recommended I should not use a birth control until I see my doctor, because I went to urgent care January 15th and I saw my doctor January 19th. So I haven't used it. And when I saw my doctor, she recommended I do not use it until I see my gynecologist. So I saw my gynecologist. The first time I saw her, she said that I should not use it at all. I should just hold on to it. So I hold on to it, and I haven't used it. And that birth control is so expensive, but I haven't started using it at all. So my doctor put me on a new birth control, which I'm going to put the name right here for you guys. I have to use the birth control. She put me on it for the next 3 months. But she also said after the first 3 days of using it, the bleeding should stop. So today marked the third day of using it, and the bleeding haven't stopped completely, but it looked like it's about to stop, which I have faith that it will stop between tonight and tomorrow, because I'm really excited for it to just stop, and so I can continue with my daily activities as before, because right now I cannot really work out and stuff because it's really uncomfortable because I've been bleeding so much. So I'm trying to avoid the fact of having bleeding accidents, right? So now I'm on the birth control that I have to use for the next 3 months. But point of the story is the doctors back home diagnosed me with PCOS. I was fighting and I was struggling this thing. One, my doctor told me that the fact that I changed my diet and cut out all meat was the best thing that I could do. That is a personal preference. That is a personal choice. Me personally, my husband decided that in 2021 we want to try something new, be more healthier. But for all you guys out there who's still eating meat, like, enjoy your meat, because this was a personal thing that we started to do, right? We don't have nothing against people that eat meat, but we just decide that we do not. I start drinking a gallon of water every day. I make sure that I have it every day. My doctor said that was one of the best things that I could do. The next thing is I try to go to sleep earlier and fix my sleeping routine so I can get at least 7 hours of sleeping, because before I will get like 4 or 5 hours of sleeping and the next day I'll be okay, but then I start getting tired around like 4 p.m. That's not good because I am at work at that point and then I just lose focus. So those were the things, and after I did all those things, and I'm also trying to work out at least every day, at least 4 times a week, and I try to spend between 45 to an hour just working out, which is also good. So I actually, ever since I start cutting out meat and do all this stuff, I dropped some weight, not the amount that I was looking forward to, but I was also expecting that I'm not gonna reach my goal because of everything going on, and I cannot like go to the gym every day, and also work wise my schedule is tight, so that kind of also threw me off. But what I want to tell you guys is that all those cysts that was on my ovaries is totally gone. I saw the ultrasound pictures and it looked amazing. Like, I saw the pictures before when there was cyst on my ovaries and it looks horrible. It looked like something, and then there's little mushroom things around it. It just looked gross. But right now, I saw it, and my ovaries is clean. Like, it cleared up completely. So my next step is I have to go back to my gynecologist, hopefully soon, and she needs to check if my tubes, my fallopian tubes, if my tubes are open enough, if it's not too tight, if it's open enough to make sure that we would be able to get babies soon. So that is the next step. So the whole purpose of me going to the doctor was to make sure that I'm good, I'm healthy, and like all this bleeding going on. And I was trying to figure out like how can I tackle this PCOS with help from my doctors and all of that. So it was shocking to me too when I got to the doctor. They did the ultrasound and stuff. All those cysts are completely gone, which I thank the Lord for that. So right now I have to go back to the doctor and figure out how we're gonna work this thing to check, make sure my fallopian tubes are open enough so we can have a little one running on 2 feet and make the house a mess. So I just want to thank you guys so much for walking this path with me, for praying for me, for supporting me. I really appreciate you. For my family back home, I just want to say a big thank you because you guys really means a lot to me. All the calls and the motivation and everything. I think that's one person that never ever, I would never imagine walking this road or this path without that person. That's my husband. He's so supportive. That's some of the stuff that he never knew about, that he just heard about. But through all this and with everything going on in this world, like he is my best support system that I could ask for. He I know sometimes he might get tired, but he never told me that. He never even showed me that. And I appreciate that. I mean, he's a human being, so every human being, every now and then you're like, man, like I wish this could just stop, right? But he always picked me up when I'm down, let me know like, hey, we're gonna do this together, right? We're gonna overcome this and everything is gonna work out to the best. So I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank to you guys for always being there, all the messages and all the comments. And leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me what you really think, right? I know I asked you guys in my last video, and some of you guys had left comments, and some of you guys DM'd me, and I appreciate that so much. So thank you for you guys for giving me the opportunity to put this video out there. I really appreciate you guys. And as me and my handsome husband always said, please go like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more videos.